coronavirus kwa kasumut kanu manje bajuta nyil bajuta nine bajuta nifa bajuta nine bajuta stek kaka kasumut kanu manje bukana tuku gore badni baj ke bari sumu yene tere gudi kasumut kati coronavirus tate ten tembe nyaaji baj pikire len ko nem vacciner manje annonce tan awurna pour mana janga yo bangola tanka fanga fa kasumut kati covid-19
Guluje yimbe ka hore leydi woni ko yetti ndu pikiri coronavirus non ko gonga anda bale anda dani anda paykun anda mawdo wari africans be buy ka hore leydi sabu non ala lekki kono kibaruji welde di woni ndu hebi haray pikiro bayna fo nyetti o vaccine jol ko kala yoreno dedindi ladi ko dum non ko fewno coronavirus.
Savez-vous que les enfants de 12 ans et plus peuvent se faire vacciner contre le coronavirus? Protégez-vous, vos proches et la société en général en vous faisant vacciner. Nous pouvons vous aider, vous et vos enfants, à vous inscrire gratuitement. Contactez Gambia Talents Promotion au 404 593 62 15 ou envoyez un email à info@gambiatalentspromotion.org. Rappelle-toi, le coronavirus est réel. Faites-vous vacciner dès aujourd'hui.
Penmore Physiotherapy and Rehabilitation Clinic is the first of its kind in the Gambia. We have inpatient service and outpatient services. Penmore admits patients and they have intensive rehabilitations. That means treatment 3 times a day for 5 days, from Mondays to Friday, and on Fridays they go to their families to spend time with them to have family. Our patients come on regular appointment.
Muntata famo million jama wala linyim pingota coronavirus musasa sotori ngansi andung amana nyimu keleti wala nyimu musuleti amai sibo nyoto mo wili jama fata findu banko kan wala linyi sasa soto andung ay fale coronavirus man jaral soto bari fanan akibar dima mumunti ay pingu sotole.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Bukan waringe si million sa jupae kungangar ama pikireti coronavirus. Coronavirus kwa kaka sumut kanu manje bajuta nyil bajuta nine bajuta nifa bajuta nine bajuta stek kaka kasumut kanu manje bukana tuku gore badni baj ke bari sumu yene tere gudi ka sumut kati coronavirus tate ten tembe nyaaji baj pikire len ko nem vacciner manje annonce tan awurna pour mana janga yo bangola tanka fanga fa ko sumut kati covid-19
Gulu
and address you. And if need be, I'll take the microphones again to say a few words. We would also be open to answer questions relating to this specific issue. I underline relating to this specific issue. So without further ado, I call on Mr. Kitabu to come forward and make his statement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to every Gambian in the Gambia and abroad. Like Mr. Faal rightly said, today is a great day, and today is a very, 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 very beautiful day. It's a pleasure and an honor to sit here and declare our support for Essa Faal. Gambia as a country needs a great leader. Thank you. And to have that great leader, we need somebody who is selfless, who is very, very, very experienced, and who is willing to do everything for the development of this nation. So I think this is not going to be a long statement. PDP as a party, we believe and we know that the rightful person to rule this nation and to push us to the next level is Essa Faal. So, nsem fay manding ka kan la mbe mol fendi ka jele mandra tiadrol mbe Gambia dingol be konton na kabrin ka ton foko na mbe menu be tubabu du mbe konton na fa ke na diaspora yanolu nyinketa nye sewoti bake kasi jambi ka nyin lungo ka nyin lungo jura ka tung bimu lumbalti lungo lu kono ndolu PDP patile munte me alon ko wultale nga tamolu kele nga kontondrolu kele nga jefanan ko nsenda ka funo banku atudu banku do koto bari kabirin tata nga Essa Faal je na sita nga kachalu ke katun nimpati dol fane kacha kele bari kabirin nata sita alhamdulillah ya keta nye sewoti bake membento wala bateto ko mannen ko ka fo nyamen iko membe fututu lato wala be natu lato ko nyimbe laari wala nyama ngaje ko ndolla hamolu anin ngalon ko banko nyanta tala nyamen bata membe molu kan anin toro membe molu kan memba bondi lankan anin men sa jarano me ya lonko ay londo soto alama ka mo timmata ndung ay banko molu kan amanke si fatam fansiti amanke ka fodron ko mbe badim fasala o mbe mbare mbe nyimpati to mbe wala fasala o mfa be nyimpati to mbe wala fasala ko ngaw mo si fala je ndunga lonko mo si famu Essa Faalati mbe lori nga kom ndung comme ka fo nyamen dron ndol dunda politiko ko no menna wala mu mallafi anendirla mallafi akajafirla mallafi kabula nyola because bi politiko nyaawo nya abitale aben totula jannen tolle mbakilim fakilim wolti site jang Gambia be mo kilim wolti ningo site jam ma fo mande ngati jan jolata jam fulati jam bijanne de comme tu wawal kama we are diverse bare ku kiline be je wala ko na Gambia di yatu nka ndolle ka be nyola ku sangoto ndolle ka nyokulli ndolle ka ko be ke nyola oto ni nyimbanko batata ndolle batata ni nyimbanko tata nyato ndolle tata nyato oto bi mensa nyimbanko samba nyato tolla jikoto ndungalo ko Gambia non membe banta TRRC mo be ajele Essa Faal menke jang ndung o kolalu ay kol menke jang mol ya lonne bi ni futata la so kono jang hani o TRRC wato kono se mol tara jang ibe la hajulu fola ndo akatata adoyata nyaawanya aka katala ya buluke je bi wala moti me ya lonko se banko di no samba ay bala fa moli ay ya long molu be men ndoka kugelem fo ko yimbe ngao bambande ndolo mo do ba dingol leti mello ta do bali mbelo la wole ndung be Gambia dingo be danila alngalo Essa Faal ko ma ay ñin Ninang December 4th men kanateng. Kabirin katum fo koina. Mbe finti nga kafu nyoma. Nkana kudo ibe. Bi niaje men la banko murundi koma wala mu mbare mbe nyimpati do mbar ngataje. Mfa be nyimpati do mbar ngataje. Namuso fa be nyimpati do mbar ngataje wala na banko murundi koma. Alin ngaji be mensa banko sammano. Ndu mensa banko sammano afelen din siri ndala jang. Ina isa mbay faal. Ngata surwa kan do manninge ko na surwa man sina wari mba fulal bi do katum bi gambia lamu hani nga fula kan moy bi medo mandim fula jel dina nuyu wa gambia yeb depuis katon be koy na dina ñuñu yeb di len wax ne dal ne tay bes la bo xamne besi mbekté la te bes la bo xamne tam man bég na torop pour ñew tok fi waxa askan bi waxa wa rew mi yeb ñun wa PDP ñoo toog sampa nañ suñu parti boo xam ne daal duga nañ si réew mi waxtaan nañ ak nit ñi ñu gis ne mun nañoo dugal suñu loxo si politique yi Gambia te du ne comme suñ ne politique cause Gambia loolu la suñ ne xamuloo politique rek xamuloo politique yi saaga xamuloo politique yi xasaate gos ñoom loolu lañ dee nit ñi loolu lañ dee foog ne loolu mooy politique te loolu du politique politique moo ne nga jaay sa agenda nit ñi ñu jënda ko nga wax yoo xam ne ëllëg si biir yow doo toog nga rus so ñun toog nañ ñu waxtaan executive level ñu gis ne suñ parti bi alhamdulillah waaye mun nañoo toog ñu xoolaat ñu gis man tey am na jàng na am naa expérience waaye alhamdulillahi isa mooma gën a jàng te mooma ëpp expérience nin taamoole ma duuta ñaawañaa bii ay londoo soro duwaa taamatal so ñu taxawal ko ñun yëpp waxuma PDP rek de ñu taxawal ko ñun Gambie yëpp ñu saanil ko karta ñu gis ne December mu win si réew mi fii te dëkk bi dem si kanam foog naa loolu dara la loo xam ne du ñun rek suñ lu ñoo joytu waaye dara la loo xam ne Gambie yëpp ñoo ko joytu buur soo ko ni be mansa tombon na alhakatu ni be mansa tombon na ika mol tombo meya lonko ate CGB la ate mojibe la atajibe la ko mbota je ko ni isi ñoo mambo hani bi mambo ni bota sere kunda bota hani bi Gambia mambo de bar ni bota sere kunda bota jara bota ñomi bota Gambia bi le bota al ngambulu kafu ñoma mbeke kilinti comme PDP yake ñameng al findina molu kabirin karton fo koyna al ngambulu kafu isama ngaje ko ñinan carte fayo a gagné ay banko doku ñala me alon ko ol ben de sewol ala baraka baki ise wota ba yes ala baraka baki yes. Yo. Okay. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to thank Mr. Fati enormously for his rousing endorsement of our candidacy and our campaign. Like him, we believe that we have the capacity and the ideas to take this country to the next level, where it should rightfully be. A few days ago, Forbes magazine published a report, at least that's the information I have received, supporting the earlier finding that the Gambia is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. The report stated that the Gambia is the second to last country which is worst to do business. They rated 153 countries and we took 152nd. Only above Chad. What a dismal record that is. What a terrible indictment that is of the business environment in this country. No country would ever develop in such a situation. And these are the reasons why I'm running for president. we have to take the bull by the horns. We have to ensure that there are right people who would take up the challenge and meaningfully put in place policies and actions that would remedy the terrible malaise that we have in this country. The corruption is just one, but it is one that is the result of a lot of bad policies that we have. Principal amongst them is the poor wages that are in this country. If you pay a police officer $1,500 and he has to spend $1,800 to buy a bag of rice and pay $3,000 for rent and pay $8,000 for school fees and related school expenses for his children, there is no way that person would not take bribes. If you pay a government civil servant $4,000 and she has to go to work and leave her child behind, she would need help to take care of that child or the children she may have. And she may have to pay $4,500 for a maid. She is paying more than her salary to take care of her children. What a terrible situation for Gambian women. But that is not just it for Gambian women. The state of maternal health in this country is so frightening that Gambian women get scared these days of getting pregnant. You know, having a child used to be so important for all of us. In fact, in Mandinka, they say, Aye harjesu, meaning she's got lucky. That's how important this was to us. Until now, it has become so frightening for every woman. And also for the husbands too. Because you take your wife to labor, you're not sure she's going to come back home. Last week alone, 6 women died in childbirth. This week, women also died. 6 women died in childbirth. What are we doing about it? We are busy buying pickup trucks for political campaign instead of buying ambulance, instead of buying blood, instead of buying gloves, instead of buying all those things that would save our sisters, our mothers, and our women in childbirth. The healthcare situation is in a very sad state. Even the things, the basic things that would not cost too much money to do, like cleaning the toilets, is non-existent. All of you must have seen this viral video of the toilets in one of the hospitals in Banjul. I don't know whether it's the polyclinic or it's the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. Whichever it is, it's in such a terrible state. How could anyone recover from disease by going to that toilet? It's not possible. It's not going to happen. Don't, please, we would address everything. I can understand the raw emotions that are being expressed. People are angry, and rightly so. I too am angry at what is happening. Because all of us go through this. I have told you about the story of my dad. And I am sure a lot of you have gone through something similar. The situation in this country is terrible. We were in Birkama yesterday. There were hardly any roads to drive on. And I am told that in that part of Birkama, when it rains, the women would have to walk for 4 to 5 kilometers to get access to a market. I mean, what are we talking about? Just a market, a space where people would buy and sell goods. The welfare of the people in this country, especially those at the lower level, is completely neglected. Social services to help our people is basically non-existent. And that is why I'm running for president, because we have to solve this problem. You look at the plight of the youths, that too is in a dismal state. Education is expensive in this country. We have our young persons go through all the hurdles just to get the kind of education this country has to offer. And what do we give them at the end of the day is zero opportunity. It is so bad that many of them would have to take to perilous journeys they call Barcelona or Barsaha. And a lot of them end up in Barsaha, unfortunately, sadly so. May their souls rest in peace. But may their mothers also have the heart to deal with the situation. But may we have the opportunity to wipe their tears. May we have the opportunity to put a smile on their face by putting in place a government that would be answerable to their needs and not a government that is only concerned about how much dahini sipa sipa they make for themselves. And that is why we are all angry. Because bokunchi. Because we are not part of it. As they taunt us, they tell us you're not part of it, so suck up with it. We refuse to suck up with it. We say come December 4, we remove you from power because you are no good to our people. And that is why I'm running for president, because I hate the injustice. I hate the fact that our limited resources are not being put to the issues of priority for the Gambian people. I hate it that our sons and daughters would go to school and the teachers would not even teach them all the things that are relevant because they want to do extra classes in order to earn extra money. I have met women in Kartong and in Gunjur. This whole country has been sold. This whole country has been sold. If we are not careful, what we had in Zimbabwe, what happened in Gambia. There was a portion of land in Kartong where the Chinese, or in Gunjur, where the Chinese business people, Gunjur, mounted their flag in Gambian soil. Can you imagine the effrontery and the audacity and the disrespect? But if our officials sell their soul to the Chinese, what can we do? The downtrodden people. This is why I applaud Ahmad Manjang and co. for standing up to these people, for saying, no, this is not going to happen. I can understand his raw emotions. He too is angry, just like we are, at the terrible state of things in this country. And yesterday we met a woman in Kartong who is as angry as him, who just explained how the Chinese tried to take away the little furrow that she had, the furrow she's been farming since she was 11 years old, going to primary school. This whole country is now being dug. We don't know what they are digging for. I bet they don't even know what is being exported from here. And that is why we are proposing that we must have an audit of what the natural resources of this country and under whose control they are and under what contractual arrangements, so that we can take the necessary steps to empower this country by keeping the resources of this country to this country instead of mortgaging the future of this country for other people. There is so much to be said. There is so much to be said. But today is not a day to go over the litany of woes, the litany of troubles, the litany of malice in this country. Today is a day to welcome Mr. Kitabu Fati in our fold. Some people may say, oh, Kitabu is a comedian. This is a joke. It's a big circus. We say, well, thank you. You have tried to woo him. You just failed. You have done everything to get him because you know he's got a big following in this country. You just failed. So this is sour grapes. You know, when they say, this is not impressive, we tell you, wait till December, you would know. Or wait until you see Mr. Kitabu on the campaign trail. This guy is a natural. You see, we believe in mutual respect. We believe that every single Gambian must and should have a voice. Every single Gambian has a responsibility to contribute. On that note, Mr. Kitabu, welcome. I wish I could spread red carpets for you. And you know what? We'll be mighty honored by any single individual who walks down the aisle to us. Because you know what? That person has 21 other options. To come to us is an honor and a privilege. So we welcome all of you. And be rest assured, by December 4th, this movement of a hope for better Gambia would have continued its march and would corral all well-meaning Gambians into this fold. And together, all these Gambian youth, the young boys and the young girls of this country, and the women and the elderly, we all march shoulder to shoulder, and we would conquer. We would release this country from the clutches of ineptitude and put it in the hands of experienced people. In the hands of experienced people who have nothing, who have no intention other than to push this country to the next level, to ensure that the Gambia would become a better place for all Gambians, to ensure that we create an environment for our children to grow in happiness, to ensure that we put in place an education system that works for Gambia, to ensure that we have a public service that works for the people of this country and not work for themselves, that ensure that we have a government whose primary focus is the welfare of this country and not how they will get re-elected in the next term. There is a lot to say, but we will take questions. And tomorrow, by the grace of God, we would make another major announcement. An announcement of someone very high profile, now being caught by everybody. And we would announce another breakthrough, and the naysayers would come again. In fact, nowadays, they don't have a response to all the issues that we say. Their response is to attack me and attack my faith. They call me an Ahmadiyya. That's what they say. I would not ordinarily respond to this because this is profound and deep. It is an attack on my faith. But let me tell you, in this country, every individual has a right to believe in whatever they want to believe. That is the law of this country. That is what keeps us in peace. That is what ensures that every individual would get what they want. But I am appalled and disappointed by the attack on my faith. I'm a Muslim. There are many branches of Islam. I don't embrace any tariqa. I'm a simple Muslim. I'm not a Murid. I'm not Ahmadi. I'm not Lion. I'm not the many branches that are there. I'm a Muslim. What I believe in is to do my 5 daily prayers and observe the 5 fundamental pillars of Islam. I have nothing against the Murid, as I have nothing against the Ahmadi. I am a peaceful and tolerant person. I tolerate everybody in the exercise of their belief. And that is fundamental and absolutely necessary for the survival of this country and indeed every country in the world. But they don't have any answers to what we have to offer. Politics is a competition of ideas. It is not a dog fight in the mud. I refuse to be dragged in the mud. I would not call anybody names. I will not insult anybody, for I respect all of them. And I respect their mothers and their fathers and would never utter a lie or a foul word against them. Let them utter it against me. I forgive them. I forgive them because that is what my religion teaches me. Islam teaches me to be a charitable person and a forgiving person. So I forgive them. So if they attack me in the name of Islam, I forgive them in the name of Islam. But I advise those whose homes are being used as the foundation to launch these infantile attacks against me. I call them infantile because they are childish and foolish, and is based on obvious falsehood. I advise those whose homes are being used as the platform to launch these infantile attacks against me, that you know what? When they sneeze from across, it could reverberate from here with so much ferociousness that it could hurt and conquer anything in its wake. But it's absolutely unnecessary. We don't have to be uncivilized in our quest for power. We can deal with one another with respect and dignity. We can fight for ideas and not cut ourselves. We can argue over issues and not unnecessarily disparage one another. You see, worse is being said to those who are in the leadership of the other side, where these attacks are coming from. We would never echo those childish and false claims. Even if they were true, we would never echo them because we give them maximum respect. The respect they deserve as elders, the respect they deserve as leaders, the respect that they deserve as Gambians. If they treat me differently, I forgive them. Not because I am weak, not because I cannot respond, not because I cannot defend myself, or not because this team cannot protect or fight for itself. We do so because this is the only known civilized behavior. And that is what we embrace. In this team, we teach respect and tolerance. In this team, we ask for fair treatment of others. In this team, we ask for truth. In this team, we ask for justice. And we would not allow anybody to drag us into the mud. And on that note, I thank you. We'd be happy. We'd be happy to answer whatever questions you may have. su ma ko bëggoon a wax ci olof tey dinañ fi xaw a yàgga tuuti waaye am na solo jànqa ngeen baalal ñu am na solo ñu wax ci tuuti ci olof ndax nit ñi mun a ñëpp mun a xam li ñoo wax suñ amut tontu ci xam-xam gi ñuy teg ci taabul bi dinañ ut luñ la ŋàññee comme man niñ ma dee ŋàññee di dal ci suma diine ne sax kii du jullit ñeena ñi naan kii Ahmadiya la ma wax ko fii tey man toppuma tarixa man jullit rek laa simple jullit julli waxtu wi juróom joxe azaka toppa yeneen ponki islam loolu laa xam te sax gaay xam nañ ko de fen rek a leen neex parce que xam nañ ne suñ mënut a gañe suñ mënut a jël ndam li ci li nga xam ne moo nekk suñ boppa yi mooy solution bu nit ñi teg pour saafaraal problème yi ci réew mi dinañ ci indi ay fen ak ay tuumalaate di tiital jullit ñi pour buñ ñëw ci ñoon waaye jégal nañ leen parce que comme que ñun ay jullit lañ man jullit la nañ leen jégal ngir jullit la mun nañ maa saaga lu leen neex duma leen tontu du wut ne mënumaa tontu de ñëpp xam nañ ne mun naa wax te ñëpp xam nañ ne mun naa tontul suma bopp ñëpp xam nañ ne am nañ team boo xam ne am nañ mbootaay boo xam ne mun nañoo tontu te mun nañoo tontul suñ bopp waaye lii yëpp day daf ko fi jarut politique bi mun naa em ci ñu jongante ci xel jongante ci saafaral problème yi réew mi te bañ koo eggal ci kii lii la kii lële la ak ŋàññante gi saagante be xassante bi man nag foog naa ne yëfi kilifa la pour su nit ñi toogee ci sa kër di saaga ñeneen soo ko yëgee benn yoon defoo ci dara nga yëg ko ñaareeli yoon defoo ci dara soo toogee yëg ko ñetteeli yoon te defoo ci dara mu ngi mel ni ànda nga ci dëgg la am du dëgg ma di yëgal kilifa yi parce que fii képp ak ñi nekk ci politique bi ñëpp ay kilifa lañ ne mun nañoo tontu de te ndax it tuuma yiñ fee wax ñeneen ñi yoo xam ne ñun gëmuñ ko mu noon nañ koo gën a dëgëral tam ñu nit de di ko wax fu ne su doon sax mu doon dëgga waxuñ ci dara de te tuumaluñ fi kenn dara te mu noon nañ koo tuumal mun nañ leen a tuumal comme nit ñoo tuumalee waaye ñun ñu ne jox nañ leen yar boo xam ne wan nañ leen cër goo xam ne teg nañ leen ci place boo xam ne am nañ gàcce pour toog di leen wax joo xam ne waxi ñàkk fayda la di leen wax yoo xam ne waxi tuuma la di leen wax yoo xam ne waxi yàqa la duñ yàq seen der parce que ay kilifa ngeen leen jox nañ leen cër soo kilifa yu fi toog seen nit ñi di xas ñeneen di leen saaga waaye nañ def nañ def yëfi kilifa waaye wane na ñoom kilifa lañ ku leen jox léew bi ñu def yëfi kilifa waaye suñ toogee di seetaan mu ngi mel ni defuñ yëfi kilifa te ñun kilifa la ñuy ut pour jox ko dénk ko réew mi wax nag neexut wax neexut te utuma pour tooñ kenn dama ut rek pour ñuy wax dëgga di def dëgga di bàyyi xel loi di toppa loi parce que man loolu rek laa ko ñuy wax dëgga di def dëgga di bàyyi xel loi di def li loi wax foog naa loolu suñ ko defee réew mi dina dem kanam li ma wax ci tubaab yëpp duma ko mën a wax ci olof fi mu nekk nii parce que waxtu bi dem na te journaliste yi muñal nañ ñu parce que yàgg nañoo toog di xaar balaa ñoo tàmbali ci kaw loolu ma jël this opportunity pour jéggali ci ñoom di leen baalu axa di leen won ne rek suñ amoon li ñu gënal du demee noonu ngeen jéggal ñu so fi mu nekk dinañ jël questions su dee questions yi dinaa jóg bàyyee kitaabu toogu bi su ko defee moom mu answer questions yi ngeen am pour moom su loolu jeexee su dee am nañ questions pour man yoo xam ne mu ngi aju ci jotaay bi liñ fee waxtaanee man dinaa answer questions yooyu bon nag jërë ngeen jëf
yo journaliste olu mbaalu batu nok
dafa nuroo gaay yëpp dañ d'accord ni altol be sonta dorong no problem
Diamo ban.
kind of questions
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
mem fota jang bi ni yaje ntolbe Essa Faal koma ina sabu bi nyaton ko nim momo be carte fayla i nyantalo na be carte fayla meye nyim banko la batan tolbe ya lonne banko la toro tolbe ya lonne bi momo be nyim banko kanjan surtout fondinkelu ni ko carte fayo jang alon ko fondinkel le mbor lalti fondinkel le sila siran londi lalti fondinkel le ko be kelati bar ni o bota je bi ntol memo 60% nyim banko kanjang mu nek ken tole nyim banko kanjang woto kungol mem fota jang ngalo na moyta hakilo lale amma moy jusola nyimbanko nyanda tala nyatol de
bukan waringe sin million sa jupae kungangar ama pikreti coronavirus kwa kaka sumut kanu manje bajuta nyile bajuta nine bajuta nifa bajuta nine bajuta stek kaka ko sumut kanu manje bukana tuku gore barni baj ke bare sumu yene tere gudi ko sumut kati coronavirus tate ten tembe nyaaji baj pikreti ko nem vacciner manje annonce na warna pour mana janga yo bangol tanka fanga fa ko sumut kati covid-19